Evolution of Sheriff Woody. Woody makes his debut appearance in the 1995 animated movie Toy Story, which was the world's first entirely CGI animated movie, and which also subsequently spawned one of the most famous and successful franchises, as the central character among the main protagonists, voiced by Tom Hanks. Here, he appears as an old-fashioned plastic pull-string cowboy doll, with fair skin, a slender build, and a relatively big height, having short brown hair and brown eyes, and wearing a brown hat, a red bandana on his neck, a yellow shirt with red square outlines, a white vest with black cow spots, blue jeans with a belt that has a buckle with a bull, an empty gun holster, and brown cowboy boots. In terms of personality, even though he's quite smart, determined, passionate, and caring, he still sometimes exhibits negative qualities, such as jealousy, anger, self-doubt in others, which he works to improve throughout the movie. In the story, Woody is the favorite toy of a human boy, Andy Davis, thus having his name on his right boot, in whose house he and his toy friends reside, with him even having a romantic relationship with one of them, a porcelain figurine, Bo Peep. However, despite their idyllic life, and much to Woody's dismay, Andy receives a newer and more modern toy, Buzz Lightyear, who's a Space Ranger action figure, who later supersedes Woody's popularity both among his friends as well as eventually Andy himself, causing him a lot of frustration, grief, and anger, which in turn prompts him to devise a scheme to get rid of Buzz, a goal that he does end up accomplishing, ruining his reputation in the eyes of all other toys. Then, in the course of the movie, Woody comes face to face with his negative feelings and thoughts about the necessity of his exclusive relationship with Andy, as well as learns the importance of honestly accepting things the way they really are, instead of trying to deny them, as shown when he honestly admits to Buzz that he is indeed a cool toy compared to him, and that he is afraid everybody will reject him because of it. At the end, this allows them to come to understand each other and work together to defeat Andy's neighbor boy Sid Phillips, who destroys toys for fun, and finally happily reunite with Andy and all their friends. Then, Woody reappears in the animated series of comedic interstitials Toy Story Treats in the majority of shorts, voiced now by Jim Hanks. In the series, each short has its own plot, which often seems to still be located at the time when Woody and Buzz acted as rivals, while mainly depicting him and others interacting in a funny manner. Next, Woody cameos in the animated TV show 101 Dalmatians the series in the episode Mall Pups, among other toys in a toy store. Following, Woody makes an appearance in the 1998 animated movie A Bug's Life during the end credits as a crewman, holding a clapperboard upside down and signaling that a scene has gone wrong. Woody makes another appearance in the 1999 animated movie sequel Toy Story 2, set several years after the first one, in the main role, with Tom Hanks reprising his role as the voice actor. In the story, Woody learns another lesson for himself, which consists of him accepting and finding peace in the fact that Andy will inevitably grow up and outgrow him, though he's still certain that they'll be there for one another nevertheless. The journey of his personal growth comprises him initially getting accidentally damaged by Andy, who played with him and ripped his arm, causing him tremendous stress, thinking that without his arm he will be rejected by Andy and soon thrown away. Then, during the yard sale of Andy's mother, he gets stolen by Al McWiggin, the owner of the toy store, Al's Toy Barn, who now has a complete collection of the merchandise from the TV show Woody's Roundup, on which Woody is based, and intends to sell him and the other toys from the collection to a toy museum in Japan, an option which he considers attractive, because there he appreciated forever, leading to him even at first refusing to be saved by Buzz and others when they come after him, only for Buzz to help him put things into perspective by saying that even though he will be watched by many, he won't be loved by any, prompting Woody to change his mind and realize that he'd be much happier to see Andy grow up, with him subsequently undergoing a strenuous journey back home together with his friends, both old and new, with Andy happily reuniting with him and fixing his arm himself, indicating how much he truly loves him. Then, Woody cameos in the 2000 animated movie Buzz Lightyear of Star Command: The Adventure Begins, at the opening sequence alongside his toy friends preparing to watch the movie on a VHS tape copy, with him being voiced again by Jim Hanks. Following, Woody can be seen in the next series of animated interstitials, Toy Story 2 ABC Interstitials, though now appearing in fewer episodes and mainly saying short phrases, such as Happy Thanksgiving or Good Morning America, voiced by both Tom and Jim Hanks. In the animated TV show House of Mouse episode House Ghosts, Donald Duck can be spotted wearing Woody's outfit. Next, Woody reappears in the 2006 animated movie Cars, during the end credits inside a Toy Car Story movie that the residents of Radiator Springs are watching in the drive-in theater. In the 2007 CGI animated movie Meet the Robinsons, Woody cameos in a poster at a stadium during a baseball game. Woody cameos next in the 2008 animated advertising video, WALL-E Super Bowl commercial, together with Buzz watching WALL-E on the TV and eating popcorn. Woody reappears in the 2010 third installment in the franchise, Toy Story 3, as one of the main protagonists, voiced again by Tom Hanks. In the story, happening a few years later, as Andy prepares to go to college, Woody and other toys begin to fear that they're going to be abandoned, but soon reach a peaceful compromise, realizing that they're probably going to be stored in the attic, but at least still with Andy. However, much to their shock, Andy's mom accidentally throws them away as trash, leading them to believe that their worst fears were right all along, which leads them to donate themselves to Sunnyside Daycare, where the leader of the toys, Lotso, who's a toy bear, falsely promises that there they'll be loved and played with forever, with Woody ultimately refusing and getting taken by a little girl named Bonnie, whose toys reveal to him the truth about Sunnyside and Lotso, who's actually a tyrant that abuses the toys, prompting Woody to return and try to rescue them. There, despite him initially getting cornered by Lotso and his minions, by calling out Lotso's evil behavior and exposing his lies about his and others' previous owner, he manages to turn them against him and eventually free everyone from that place, returning to Andy's house at the end, with Woody sneakily suggesting to him to donate them all to a neighboring girl, Bonnie, who would truly love and care for them after him. Woody is featured in the animated TV miniseries Toy Story Toons, where he plays a secondary role for the first time, which takes place between the previous movie and the next one, with him mostly reacting to or trying to stop a specific chaotic character of an episode together with others, voiced by Tom Hanks. Following, Woody cameos in the animated sitcom TV show The Simpsons in multiple episodes, such as Angry Dad the Movie, which serves as a parody of Toy Story, but all the characters are food and condiments, with Woody being a bottle of ketchup dressed in his outfit. Then in Plusiversary, where he watches as Buzz is arm wrestling the Mandalorian, and also in The Flanshees of Inner Simpson, in which Homer and his neighbor, Ned, hallucinate themselves as Buzz Lightyear and Sheriff Woody. Woody appears next in the stop-motion animated sketch TV series Robot Chicken, in episodes such as Kramer vs. Showgirls, where after the toys learn that Andy is now more interested in his girlfriend, they get shocked, with Andy later using Buzz as a smoking device, causing him to lose his mind, with Woody deciding to smother him at night out of mercy. Then, in Rebel Appliance, after Woody and his friends have been gone for some time, they learn that Andy decided to buy their replacements on eBay, much to their bewilderment, until Andy finds them all and says he'll sell the old ones on eBay. Next, in Secret of the Flushed Footlong, Woody and others meet a new toy, Pinocchio, who's an ambiguous toy that provides everybody a philosophical speech about how limited they all are compared to it, since it can be anything Andy decides that it is, until Andy takes it and declares that it's trash, amusing everybody. And finally, in Molly Lucero, in Your Friend's Boob, Woody and other toys decide to try and befriend Andy's computer, which has overtaken all his attention, with the computer attacking them and severing them into pieces. Then, Woody reappears in the 2013 Halloween, the first animated special in the franchise, Toy Story of Terror, among the main protagonists, voiced by Tom Hanks. In the story, set chronologically after the previous movies, as Bonnie and her mom went on a road trip to visit her grandmother, Woody and others were watching a horror movie on a portable DVD player, until their vehicle got a flat tire and they stopped at a nearby roadside motel for the night. However, in the motel, once Woody and his friends decide to go and explore the motel at night, one by one, each of them get missing, with Mr. Pricklepants even starting to narrate everything that's happening as an actual horror movie, much to everyone's scare, which is revealed to be done by an iguana, Mr. Jones, who's owned by the motel's manager, Ron, who has trained him to steal toys and other items from motel guests so he can sell them in online auctions, ending up almost succeeding in sending them off, but with their cooperation and bravery, as well as the help from Mr. Potato Head's hand that opens up the curtain hiding the stolen toys in front of Bonnie and her mom, they take them back to safety and call the police on Ron. In the 2014 Christmas animated TV special Toy Story That Time Forgot, Woody appears in his major role, voiced by Tom Hanks. Here, it is the last time when Woody has Andy's name on the bottom of his boot, which would later change to Bonnie's instead. In the story, during Christmas time, Bonnie decides to take Woody and her other toys to her best friend's Mason's house to play together. But upon coming there, she ends up tossing them into the playroom and joining Mason in playing with his new video game console, leaving the toys on their own with Mason's toys, dominated by a countless number of battle swords from a playset that Mason had received for Christmas, who are so new, they don't even know they're toys yet, and thus begin to hunt after other toys and fight them, with Woody and others almost getting destroyed by the air vent propeller, until one of Bonnie's toys, a Triceratops, Trixie, reveals the truth to the Battlesaur's leader, Reptilis Maximus, proving to him that they're truly toys, leading to him helping her turn off Mason's game, freeing Bonnie's and Mason's attention, and giving them chance to properly play with the toys in a peaceful manner, saving Woody and all his friends in the process. Next, Woody is featured during the 2016 72nd Oscars nomination ceremony, dressed in formal attire, together with Buzz, giving awards nominations to various people for their works. Woody cameos in the 2017 3D animated movie Coco, at the beginning in the form of a piñata on the side of a house. Woody appears in the following 2019 animated romantic comedy movie sequel, Toy Story 4, set 9 years after the previous one, as one of the main characters, voiced as well by Tom Hanks. The story begins with revealing the past of how Woody and Bo Peep got separated, with them very sadly saying goodbye to each other, as she was being donated to a new child, with him never stopping loving her ever since. In the present day, Woody struggles to find fulfillment in life due to Bonnie not having a desire to play with him as a favorite toy, with him even sneaking into her backpack himself when she goes to kindergarten to attract her attention. Soon after, Bonnie creates a spork at her kindergarten activity, which comes to life as Forky, who has a crisis of identity, leading to him even jumping out of Bonnie's car, requiring Woody to follow suit in order to save and reassure him that he's not trash. In the course of their journey, Woody notices Bo's lamp and goes to look for her, inadvertently encountering a doll named Gabby Gabby and her dummy friends, who want to take Woody's voice box for themselves, with him managing to escape while Forky gets imprisoned. Then, at a playground, Woody finally gets happily reunited with Bo, who's revealed to have been free since she was lost by a child 7 years ago, with her agreeing to help him rescue Forky. At the end, after Woody successfully changed Gabby's mind and turned her good, as well as saved Forky with the help of all his friends, during a heart-wrenching farewell between him, the toys, and Bo, he decides to stay with her and not return home with them, since he finds his fulfillment in being in a relationship with Bo, which they all happily accept, bidding them both goodbye. In the 2020 next animated short Lamp Life, which focuses on Bo Peep, who reveals her arduous journey between the time she was donated and her reunion with Woody in the previous movie to him, ending with them happily venturing out into the world. Then, Woody reappears in the stop-motion animated TV show Mad in several episodes, such as Star Bleach/You Glee, where he is depicted on the title card image and also trying to talk to Slinky while a baby loudly cries in the background. Then in The Buzz Identity, Woody appears toward the end after Buzz had lost his memory and woke up from a crazy dream, saying they were worried about him. While in Tater Tots and Tiaras, he appears playing the role of a judge for the beauty pageant and saying he's so bored he's looking for the exit. And finally, in Frost/Undercover Claws, which is a crossover parody of Toy Story and the TV series Lost, Woody, Buzz, and others get lost on an island of misfit toys, where they eventually find a mysterious metal vault door that leads to a bunker with a countdown, with the residents saying that it's either counting to Christmas or the end of the earth, with them soon meeting Santa once the time comes. But he gets eaten by the abominable snowman. Next, Woody cameos in the animated sitcom TV show Family Guy in 2 episodes, first in The Finer Strings, where Stewie uses him as an example for his dog Brian of how your friends may betray you, showing Woody catching Bo Peep and Buzz in a bedroom together. And second, in Throw It Away, Woody and Buzz are shown on the shelf of Peter, who's a main character, who initially is unable to verify whether they're truly alive. But after he turns his back, they get up and fly away, proving to him he was right all along. Woody can be spotted in the animated TV series Amphibia in the episode Escape to Amphibia, lying under a car when Anne and the Plantars run away from Mr. X, who are among the main characters of the show. In the 2022 live/animated movie Pinocchio, Woody cameos as a part of Geppetto's creations inside a cuckoo clock that features him sitting on Bullseye. Finally, in the 2026 3D CGI animated sequel movie Toy Story 5, which is set chronologically 2 years after the previous story, and which for the first time features somebody other than Woody as the central figure, specifically Jessie, Woody appears, following his path of helping lost toys find new owners together with Bo, until the moment when Bonnie receives a frog-like tablet named Lilypad, which requires his urgent attention, since it starts to pose a serious danger to all the toys in her home.